Hello everyone and welcome to the Commonwealth. This is Bob and today Bob is going to retire. Bob is quite the prolific builder. Everything I've made in the last 18 months, I guess, 60 plus videos, has been made with the help of Bob. And unfortunately Bob's playthrough, it kind of intersects the next gen update that Bethesda released for Fallout 4. And as a result, some of the settlement builds are a bit janky, a little bit broken, and I've decided to sort of get a fresh start and just retire this playthrough and kind of begin again, basically. So this is a little bit of a dedication video. We're going to say goodbye to Bob and go through some of the builds he's helped create. And at the end of the video, I'll reveal my next playthrough character. But let's start here. We are outside of Ashbourne. And this is the home of the Glowkin. Let's go have a quick look. So this is my attempt at making my own faction. So these guys are based in the glowing sea, as you can see. And there's the main gates there. And you can see we are missing the entrance here. But this is a giant pyramid housing some mysterious pre-war technology that the glow kind of gives energy to the people in this town, this city, and you can see it's kind of affecting the ground around it. So this giant pyramid is basically protection from the outside world for this thing, and yeah, we just built a city around it. Quite a journey making this one. It took me a few months, kind of over a holiday period, but we finally got it done. So if you're interested in this build or any other build that we go through in this video, please check out the channel and you should find the corresponding video there. Alrighty, so we'll move to the north now and we'll go to Scav's Shack. And this is the location of our Ewok style treehouse. So we upscaled some large trees here and put a bunch of shacks and things. Made sure they were all supported. And we tried to dress everyone kind of like Tarzan, I guess, with I believe this is the Grognak costume. But yeah, a very fun build. The only trouble is the settlers don't like to stay in position and they often fall down, but I guess it's more for looks. They end up like this, unfortunately. But yeah, again, a lot of fun building this one. And I think it looks pretty cool too. Let's keep moving on. And welcome to Sanctuary. Now, this is actually the first thing that Bob did straight out of the vault. So he got out of the vault and got straight into building a city at Sanctuary. And as you're about to see, we are limited by graphical issues. As I understand it, the cells of the game can only handle a certain amount of objects before it starts to break. And I think it's not really a hardware issue, it's more like a engine issue. And if I just sort of slowly move over, you'll see all that weirdness. So unfortunately, I cannot finish this one. So all of the building exteriors are basically complete, and every building has lighting and doors and things like that. But you just have to sort of think of them as a vacant building, nothing inside them. There's only like a handful that actually have something inside of them. I basically had to stop because I couldn't work with this sort of graphical issue. But certainly one of my most ambitious builds. It probably took the longest as well, probably about 3 months on and off after work. But yeah, this one taught me a lot, so I'm kind of grateful. Because it was such a large build, it kind of showed me the limits of the engine and kind of allowed me to be a bit more creative than the typical settlement. So hopefully I can do something like this again in the future. But anyway, we'll leave Sanctuary here and we'll jump over to the other side of the map onto the coast. We have made it to the coast and we're on this dead-end road here, which is hiding a secret government base inside this rock, I guess, this cavey thing. So if we come through here, we have a mysterious wall. Open her up. We have another large door here. Flick the switch and we have this. So this is a multi-level base sort of built into the rock, and this was housing basically a secret lab that created some super soldiers for the war against China before the bombs started dropping. This first floor is got a bunch of power armor suits where our super soldiers would kind of use that for battle. The second floor is kind of where the crew, whoever's kind of staying here, the service staff, they can hang out here. And if we go to the third floor, let's just call the elevator here. The third floor is where everyone kind of sleeps, and there's also the doctor's office. Let's go check it out. So we come around here, very ominous. There's the rooms there. And at the end here, this is where the recipients would get injected with a strange radioactive goo and become the super soldiers. If we go to the fourth floor, the last floor on this inside this place, hopefully our soldiers are still there in stasis. And we're at the fourth floor here. Come through the door, and here they are on ice. And to be honest, they've got you know, sort of head restraints, but they kind of look like our character Bob. Quite similar for some strange reason. But anyway, we've got another thing to show you in this area. If we jump outside the base here, and I'll show you what else we have in this vicinity. Make sure this is closed up. And if we just come around the corner, this is the location of our overpass city. This one is quite a recent build. And definitely go check out the channel there if you want to see a full tour and build of this one. So our base is just in that lump of rock down there. And then right next door, these are the neighbors. Alrighty, next on the list, let's go over to the lake here. And let's check that out. And we have this build. So this is our kind of our nomad settlement. It's a house bus and a truck. The idea is that these guys kind of travel around the Commonwealth, and they can take all their stuff with them. But you can see that our next gen update has kind of ravaged our mods that I used to build these things. So unfortunately there's quite a few chunks missing. But this one was a very fun build, and I'm sure we'll have something like this again in the future. I kind of want to recreate this, to be honest. So the backstory of this one is that they were driving and the wheel fell off, so this guy is trying to put it back together again, and the rest of the crew are just sort of parked out behind, just having a breather. And this one is very close to another build that I made just up on the hill there. Let's go check that out. Here we are on top of the hill overlooking the lake, and this is the location of our hunter's cabin. Go check that one out if you're interested. Now let's stick with the lake theme and jump over to another lake in the Commonwealth, where Bob has built a peaceful lakeside village. Now as the weather closes in, let's stay on theme and go check out another village built on the water. And this is our marsh village. This one's kind of actually, I guess it's pretty old now. This one was actually a second attempt. I did another village kind of more on the coast, but kind of in this marshy area. And it was probably half the size. But yeah, this one is proper Everglades style. And yeah, this one is a little bit broken because of the next gen update, but then also I've got way too many settlers and they kind of just stand around. But still a very cool spot nonetheless. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to the city. Well, we've made it into Boston, and this is the location of my Waterworld-esque city town. And unfortunately this one has really been ravaged by broken mods. But you just see random buildings just being deleted. But I'll chuck an image up on the screen now of what it used to look like. Mostly the same, just it's missing, as you can see, we had a barge here where all the shops were kind of sitting on top of, and we had other buildings dotted around the place, but yeah, the update was not kind to this settlement. But anyway, we've got some more to see in this city, so let's keep going. High above the city, we have two tower builds. We have my Oasis Tower, turning Trinity Tower into a settlement and putting a bunch of trees and stuff. And staying on that theme, we have the Dartmouth building, where I converted it to a penthouse apartment type dealio with an overgrown garden. This penthouse was actually kind of a recent video, and the Oasis Tower, I think that's my best performing video so far, so definitely check that one out. So next we have a montage of smaller settlements / player homes, so let's go check that out. First up we have the town of Rock, built on a rock, and an offshore oil rig supplying oil to the Commonwealth. And how about a suspended player home underneath this overpass? Ooh, and here's a monorail settlement. Now look what we have here. Don't tell me this is a secret oasis cave with its own settlement inside. Do you fancy living in a boat? How's about a plane? Or even a train? Alrighty, enough of that nonsense. So we are at Starlight, and that's also the location for our Tower of Atom. This was it's kind of an old build as well, kind of modeled on a cartoony version of a nuclear bomb, I guess. And that is a religious site for the Children of Atom. And we also have a moat with this very irradiated water that goes around all the way to the other side here. And inside we have dwellings for the folks that live here. And we are missing some parts again because of the update. Oh, goodness me. We did have a giant nuclear bomb kind of hanging down from the roof, but that has disappeared. And yeah, it's still quite an epic sight if you ask me. And you can actually get up most of the way to the top. Not quite the very top, but yes, we can get up quite far there. And I guess this is kind of part of the reason why I kind of wanted to start fresh, because there isn't much of a reason to have this here at Starlight. I think the Glowing Sea is probably a better location for this faction and this location, but anyway, I wouldn't mind recreating something like this in a new playthrough, but maybe we can go a little bit grander. And yeah, right next door we have our train build, which is an entire settlement on a train. We have defenses, we have places to sleep, places to shop and eat, and even the train has an interior, which is pretty cool. The next stop on our journey is going to be Nahant. Let's get over there. Welcome to Nahant City. This one was a renovation project. I really liked the location of Nahant, and I wanted to sort of rebuild it into a proper kind of settlement, a large settlement, but didn't quite finish it. But let's see what we did so far. The Red Rocket was rebuilt, and we added this engineering space. What the? Oh, there we go. We added this shop and put in some new houses. Rebuilt the police station and rebuilt the docks. This Minutemen Hall of Justice Guild building and trade depot was also created. I also rebuilt the suburbs. Now let's gloss over the fact that the Nahant renovation project is not complete and move along. Speaking of unfinished projects, this is my Hangman's Alley. This is the site of a vault build. Now the background of this one was there was a mad dash to get to the vault when the bombs were dropping, hence the vehicle pileup traffic jam thing happening here, and lots of skeletons of people that got caught in the firestorm. And we have a military blockade, and let's just pop in here. Now I did have some settlers on the surface, and they are tasked with protecting the entrance. They get some nice food from the vault, and their job is just to make sure nobody gets in. Here's the entrance. Let's go have a look. Welcome to the vault. Hello, sir. Hello to you. Make our way through. This is the decontamination center. And we get ushered through. Why, thank you. Get our work placement and our house address. And make our way through to the vault. So the idea with this one is basically creating a city underground. And I made roads so people could drive their cars around. And again, this one is unfinished, but also a victim of our next gen update. We are missing a whole bunch of stuff from broken mods. We had a bunch of beautiful trees and cars and everything. And we have different sections of the vault here. This is the entertainment section. So we have a park, which again is missing a whole bunch of stuff. We have our own zoo, which is unfortunately missing all the zoo animals. We had a bunch of them here, but yes, they are no longer with us. And we have a museum as well over here. And again, completely ravaged. We had a whole bunch of stuff, things hanging from the ceiling. It was looking very, very beautiful. If you want to have a look at what that looks like, obviously we have a video on that, where everything is complete. And we have a diner as well. It did have some outdoor seating again, well, plants, but sadly they no longer exist. And the plan was to have another section, another room where you could go to shop, so it'd be like a mall section. And we also had another section in the works that was going to be a giant storage area with sort of high-rise parking buildings and all sorts of things through that gateway over there. Anyway, it's making me a little bit depressed because of the amount of work I put in, and it's all wasted, but let's move on. Welcome to Outpost Zamonja. This is the site of the Minutemen rocket base. The narrative I landed on was that somebody found some schematics of a rocket, and the Minutemen decided to build it. Thinking it was some sort of power plant, they built this thing for power generation. And unfortunately we are missing the very top of our rocket. But nonetheless, a very fun build in a very small plot. But we must continue on. And this is where Bob's journey ends. He's sitting atop his RV, and this is where he'll live out the rest of his days. Now unfortunately we didn't get to see a few of the other builds in this playthrough. There was the overlanding caravan. We had the secret government film studio. We had the Reeb Marina rebuild. We had a hidden institute facility. There was the bus safe house, the diner safe house, and also making a settlement on a tiny little island. We also had an arena build, and we had a giant scarab robot that the Brotherhood of Steel built on Spectacle Island. And as is the case with the listed settlements we didn't get to see, they've just been massively devastated by the next gen update and the mods breaking. This is the nature of building with mods, but we will persevere, and we'll say farewell to Bob right here. Thank you, Bob, for your service, and I'll introduce the character replacing him. And this is he. I guess this is Bob Jr. If you're wondering about the face paint, I tried to model his face based on my YouTube logo. You can tell me in the comments below if I was successful or not. But anyway, moving forward, we'll be using this character, and we have a fresh world to work in. So I hope you will stick around for future videos. And thanks again, Bob, for your service, and we will continue your legacy moving forward. And thank you, viewer, for sticking with us, and I hope you enjoyed that one. Please drop us a like, and if you're feeling extra generous, a subscription as well. And I hope to see you on the next video. Have a great day.